Hello everybody, welcome back to LilyLuLou. If you're a returning visitor, thank you for coming back and joining me today. And if you're new here, welcome. My name's Karen, I'm the Junk Journal Geek. Firstly, apologies for the noise in the background. I do have the washing machine on, so I hope it's not too distracting. If it starts to do a mega spin, I'll try and run over and turn it off, but it's a nice day here, so I'm trying to get some washing done and on the line. So I'm going to work on the cover topper for the autumn journal. You know what I'm like choosing, you know, to decorate things. So I've sat here this morning and played around with some things, and I've put together what I think I'm going to use. So I still can't find my nice teal card that I used on the inside covers. I have no idea what's happened to that. I know as soon as I finish this journal it's going to reappear, but so in the meantime I've found this fabric in my stash which is very close. It's not the same colour, but it's quite close, so I think that will work to bring in the teal from the kits that I've used. And then I've got this piece of you know what that is, word's gone out of my head. And then I've got this picture that I picked out right at the beginning that I wanted to use for the cover, because I don't know if I've mentioned this before, my middle daughter has named this journal. She's called Lorelei. I believe that's from Gilmore Girls. Something my daughter watches. I don't know, but she said this journal reminds me of that program and so should be called Lorelei. So that's what she's named, and I thought that this lady looked like a Lorelei, so that's what we're using. And then I thought I would pop some buttons down the side here, and I've sort of gone through and picked out colours that are similar to the colour palette along the bottom here. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen my funny speeded up video of me auditioning buttons to go on here. It carried on long after that video ended. I must have spent about an hour playing with buttons. And then I've got this piece of lace which I thought I might pop down this side just to soften it all up a little bit. I don't know. So that's what I'm planning to do. So my first job, I think, is to sew these buttons on down the side here. And because I've got the washing machine on, I think what I'll do is pause you and do that, and then come back and do the rest with you. So I'll be back in a moment. I'm back again sooner than anticipated. I haven't sewn anything down yet because it has just occurred to me, I was getting my sewing box out, that if I stitch these buttons on now, I want to stitch around all this on the sewing machine, and I'm going to have difficulty doing that if I've already popped these buttons down. So I'm going to do that bit first, but before I go to the sewing machine, I want to ink up my image and add a little bit of gold to it. So how are you all today? I don't think I've even asked you yet, have I? I've just turned the video on and launched into what I'm doing. This week is the launch week for my new Facebook group. So if you're interested in joining, I'll try and remember to leave a link in the comments below. It's actually opening on Friday the 1st of November. So anybody that asks to join before that, don't worry that you don't get a response straight away. I'm going to admit everybody on the 1st, all at the same time. So I'm just still prepping some content and things in the group so that when everybody comes in, there's stuff in there to look at, you know, already. It's not just an empty group. So yeah, I'm finishing off all that this week, ready for launch day. Very exciting. So I hope I will see lots of you over there. I've got lots of ideas of things to do in the group. But if you would like to join and you have any suggestions of things that you would like to see in a junk journal Facebook group, particularly if it's things that you haven't seen anybody else do, I'd really welcome your suggestions, because I would like it to be, excuse me, you know, a place where it's for everybody. You know, it's not my group, it's a group for everybody, and I want it to be for everybody. So I'm just going to pop a bit of glue on here to hold everything in place, so that I know where I want it to be when it goes under the machine, because obviously I've got to leave space for these buttons at this edge. So I want that to be about there, and I know these fabrics are going to fray. Right, I'm going to now pop these here in the order that I want them, and then I'm going to pop some art glitter glue under all of this as well. That is holding on there, but just this is going to need a little bit more. I just thought, actually, I hope this art glitter glue is going to hold the topper, because I still haven't got any new fabric glue yet, which I'd completely forgotten about. Of course, I need to use it now, and I haven't been out and got any yet. So that is what that is going to look like. So I'm going to put you on pause again, and I'm going to stitch around this on the machine. So I'll be back again in a moment. Okay, I'm back again. So I don't know if you can see, I have stitched just around this edge of the picture, very wonkily. That's my style. I always go wonky. And I've stitched through the 3 layers, so the picture and the 2 fabrics. I'm just going to cut off some of these extra strings. So thank you to everybody who messaged me about my daughter and wished her well. She's absolutely fine now. For those of you who haven't been here before, when I recorded my last video, my daughter had just been involved in a car accident, and she assured me that she was fine. But you know what it's like, until they get home and you see it for yourself as a mum, you know, well, I was all over the place anyway. I couldn't even tear a piece of paper, as you will know if you watched that video. But she is fine. She did actually have to end up going to hospital to get checked over, but she was fine. There was nothing broken. She just needed to rest, take some painkillers, deep heat, you know, all that sort of thing. And she had to take a couple of... Oh, I forgot to put my lace on. Oh well, we won't be having lace on that then. I forgot to put my little bit of lace down here. Yes, so she's fine now. So thank you for everybody that messaged me. I could stitch that on top, I suppose. We'll have a think about that and see how we go. And I found, I don't know if you can see the colour of the stitching there. As I got my sewing box out to sew my buttons on, I found thread that would have been absolutely perfect for all the stitching I've done in this journal so far, and I couldn't find. So we're going to have some, anything else now that needs stitching, I will stick to this thread. So we're going to have 3 or 4 different colour threads through this journal, but you know, it's a junk journal. It's all about using up what you've got, isn't it? So that's what we're going to do. What I'm looking for is the gold thread. I want to use the gold thread to sew my buttons on. Don't know how well that's going to go, because this thread is a bit of a nightmare to work with, but I'm going to give it a go. And I did say I would do that off camera. So I will just pause you again now and do that. I'm back again. So I've stitched all the buttons on, and then with that little bit of lace that I'd forgotten to sew on, I just made it into a little bow shape and stuck it on the... No, I didn't stick it on. I sewed it on at the bottom there. So I quite like the way that looks actually. I think that brings all the colours together. I'm just wondering now if this these lace pockets I made in here, whether to pop a little bit of lace under here. I think that's the right way around. Just to, you know, tie that in, that's in the journal. And if I did that, would I want it the full length of the book, or would it be better if I did it just the length of that? Not sure. Not sure about that. And obviously I would need to make a decision about that before I stick this piece down, so that's not really helpful. Yes, I don't know what I prefer looking at it. I think I'm going to leave it simple. You know, we're going to have bits, we've already got a little bit sticking out the top here and at the side. Obviously there's going to be more as I work on it. So I think I will just stick that down now. And obviously this is only going to be able to fray so far. And even if this frays right up to the edge on this side, this won't, you'll still see it properly because the buttons will stop it fraying any further. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me, I was going to sneeze. Right, so I'm going to pop this down with art glitter glue and hope that that is man enough for the job. If not, I will have to come back and re-stick it when I've got some fabric glue, but hopefully this will work. I'm sure I've stuck these down with art glitter glue before. It's just, you know, you question yourself sometimes, don't you? You do things without thinking, and then when you actually start thinking about something, you start second guessing yourself. I'm sure I've used art glitter glue for this before. I use it for everything, so I must have done. Right, let's make sure we got it the right way up. The book's the right way up, yes. So we will pop that on there, like that. And then what I'm going to do is I will leave that there today with you. It's probably not been a very long video today, has it? It's been in pieces, so it probably feels to me like it's been longer than it actually has on film. But I will leave that there today, and then what I would really like to do is get this journal finished, and the next time you see it will be for a flip through. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I think he's finished now. It's half term here, so there's children out playing and making lots of noise, and Max doesn't like it. So what was I saying before I was so rudely interrupted? Yes, I'm hoping to get this journal finished now and come back to do a flip through with you. Oh, that would have looked nice on there. Too late now. But I'm not sure if that's going to be the case or not. I don't know how much time I'm going to get to do this, but I'm going to crack on with it anyway. And I'll be back in a couple of days, hopefully with a flip through, but possibly with a little bit more of work on this. So in the meantime, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found that useful or interesting or entertaining. I will see you, as I say, in a few days' time. In the meantime, take care, look after yourselves, and enjoy your own crafty time. Bye-bye.